It takes as much energy to wish as it does to plan. Eleanor Roosevelt. Wow, what a great quote. Use your energy for productive things, not talking about what you should have done, but starting what you should have done today. Because every day you put off learning how to chart the markets is just another day you're pushing away your success. And sometime it'll be too late. Don't let it be too late. Start today. Let's jump into these charts, 10 to 15 minutes. That's all we ask. Everything's up for the day except bonds. Let's jump into the S&P. We've got 8 more minutes before the market closes as I record today's Market Pulse Daily. And we see the S&P 500 up about 0.60, 0.62%, something like that right now. What do we see happening? Well, we've got a green spinning top. Look at where the volume is. Now, again, I explain this constantly because I don't want anybody to be confused. When you see red volume, doesn't mean negative volume. It means that this week's candle started lower than the prior week's. The green, of course, means the opposite, started higher than the prior week. So this week, we started lower than the prior week ended. But again, we've got one more day of volume. We'll see if we get up to the average. But what is the S&P doing? Well, we'll know more on Friday. But of course, we had the Trump effect. In fact, market started moving up on Tuesday, election day, then soared the day after and the day after, all the way up until Monday morning. Then we saw the market starting to retrace, and it retraced all the way down until about Tuesday of this week. Then another day, it was Tuesday afternoon and Wednesday morning and afternoon of sideways sliding, and then it's starting to creep up again. I said, hold tight. We've not breached, but bounced off the weekly trend line on both the half-day and the 2-day charts. Let's see if this market has some more energy to keep going up, and it may. I say may. Let's see what's happening as we get into Friday and as this week starts to end. Will this turn more into a green candle, or will the market sink on Friday, convincing us that maybe if we get up to average volume and a red spinning top, it's rolling over? Don't know. Now you notice we didn't jump into a down move here. Why? When we had the prior red spinning top, we did have volume with it. We didn't have volume with a potential top, did we? That's going back to the red spinning top on the week beginning the 28th of October. And those prior 3 weeks, October 7, October 14, and October 21, we never had average volume there. So we didn't have the indicators showing us both the price and the market buy-in. That is the volume that would drive the price up to a high and then down. Didn't see that happen. So we'll pay attention. Now, it's almost a ditto when it comes to where we are on the NASDAQ 100, except, of course, we did see lots of volume last week with a potential interim high. So we will pay close attention as to what happens on Friday. Is the market going to turn around, see lots of volume, get up to average there and go red with a red spinning top? Don't know. Looks like it's bouncing off the weekly trend line on both on the half day in particular. And again, lots of indecision on the 2-day. And this will finish drawing in 5 more minutes. Look like it's going to be a doji with average volume, which again means extreme indecision. So maybe we'll get some decisiveness on Friday. Let's move on from the NASDAQ and the S&P 500. Go from stocks to bonds. What's happening here with 20-year U.S. government bonds? Down for the day. You saw it down yesterday, down a little further today. We just keep going down and our trade just keeps running. And that's beautiful. Let's keep a close eye on it. You know, it is getting around the same point for 3 weeks in a row. It could be finding a bottom. So we're being careful and watchful. This trade has done us extremely well. Extremely well. So we will pay close attention. Now let's move from 20-year U.S. government bonds to gold. Gold is up again today. Gold has been up Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. It's pushed through the weekly trend line on the half day and is pushing through, actually ending through, not completely through, but pushing through on the 2-day. Not a lot of volume behind it. Not a lot of volume behind the half day. Check it out. Volume's been decreasing. So again, there's not a lot of market emphasis on these up moves. Not a lot of buy-in on it, but gold nonetheless is going up. Look where it's hanging out though on the weekly chart. It's just sort of hanging there. So again, when we look at where our jump-in point was, check it out here. If you look at the top of the screen on the Monday, the 4th of November, you can then move down to the bottom of the screen and you will see that's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And Friday afternoon, the entry point, look at where we are. You would have jumped in here anywhere. Market went down, market's come up. It hasn't penetrated your buy-in point yet. What's it going to do? Pay close attention tomorrow. If you jumped into this down trade, and of course you had every reason to. Look at that. We had an interim high with average volume. You had a red spinning top with average volume. You had a nice, beautiful down week, but now it has moved back up. It hasn't taken your profit completely out. You're not in the loss column. What's it getting ready to do? Pay close attention on Friday. If gold continues to move up and takes out your buy-in point, of course, you would want to cut your losses there. Well, you would want to prevent losses there and then live to trade potentially another day. This would not be common. But again, don't know that that's going to happen. So keep an eye on it. Again, always in all these situations, you need to be filling out what? Your trade worksheet, keeping up with your Trader's Almanac, which is a collection of your daily market worksheets, your weekly market worksheets, and your trade worksheets. Let's move on from gold to Bitcoin. Daggone it. It is just on fire. It is up again today, 4.46%. This is the Bitcoin ETF, and it has just gone gangbusters. If you look at where things were when things started off after the Trump victory, and of course, Trump is believed to be positive Bitcoin, and that has been reflected in the Bitcoin reaction since he won the opening at 78.64, now at 112.29, the high in just these few days. It is just beautiful, and it just keeps going. Price well above the weekly trend line on the half day and the 2-day. Higher high this week. Just beautiful. That is where we are as we end the day on Thursday. Don't forget, Patreon supporters, we will be sending you your weekly vertical crossovers. We've already uploaded Charting Cryptos, Commodities, and Currencies. We did that earlier in the week, as we always try to do, unless I'm sick or traveling or something weird happens, which is very, very rare. And we will be getting the weekly vertical crossovers out to you momentarily. If for some reason as a Patreon member you don't get the weekly email, don't worry about it. We also load everything up at the Patreon page just for you. And as a Patreon supporter, that is at any of the 3 levels of support, you get access to what we upload there. So always go there if you're not seeing the email, which we do send out to you every Thursday. God bless, my friends. All the best from the whole team at Charting Wealth World Headquarters.